Air, brought to you by the oxygen people. Breathe in, breathe out.
Well, what happened then? Was this girl the only one you took out, or did you have dates with other women?
No, I took her mother, too. She was a perfect chaperone, so we took her along with us.
You mean you went out on a date, you took the old
That's
lady along,
right.
too?
Yes, indeed.
And what happened?
Well,
Silly question, huh?
you know, the 5 children.
Well, when you went out on these dates, what did the chaperone do? Did they just curl up with a good book?
No, they did the same thing as we did.
You mean you have 10 kids now? What was the football for?
Well, I never had a tree mate. I mean, I never had a girlfriend or a friend, so I had to play with something, so I played with the football.
Helen, what is the purpose of the glass egg? How does it work?
Well,
What is the principle of it?
Well, the principle of putting a glass egg under the youngsters is to keep the old pair satisfied.
Still don't understand why you put a glass egg under them. What does that do?
Well, that's just so you don't raise too many youngsters, too many squeakers.
Well, suppose there isn't a glass egg under the pigeon. What happens?
Well, then he just goes to work again.
Well, I guess that's as far as we can go on that.
The story is a man who was getting married and he asked to his fiancée, what do you wear at night? A nightgown or pyjama? And the girl answered, all I wear is arpège.
I hope you're satisfied, George.
There's nothing wrong with anybody here at the show.
Hell there isn't, huh? These peculiar talents that you have.
It's out of this world.
Well, do you... Is the oxygen business pretty profitable?
Well, sometimes it's almost too good. He's on 24-hour call, and...
He's on 24-hour call and you've got 10 kids?
Yeah, he gets home in between calls.
Imagine if he had a job around the house. You say he's away a good deal of the time, Marjorie?
Well, he's, a lot of people call in right at dinner time. He's gone quite a bit.
Did you ever stop to think perhaps it isn't business that keeps him away, Marjorie? Could you explain?
When he got there, he met a man and became bosom.
Man was a bosom? That's quite a trick. No wonder he stayed on that island so long. I'd have been there yet under those conditions. You think he's adorable?
I love that beard.
No, I think
perhaps he'll give it to you later on. Would you part with this if she wanted it real bad?
It depends how badly she wanted it.
Well, in that case, would you part with it?
Oh, yes.
Scrooge. I better stop after that, I guess. It's a real classy quiz show we have.
It's hard to know what to deduce from girls who wear their sweaters loose.
Now, did you get much comment on that poem?
Well, I had a good deal from around home, and I did have one reaction which came from a dean of an Eastern college. And he said he liked my 2 lines very much, but he thought 2 other lines should be added. said that you sometimes can't be sure you're right, even when they wear them tight.
Would you be willing to quit acting and be a housewife and a mother?
Well, I think if you keep your feet on the ground, you can combine both. That's what I would like to do.
Well, if you keep your feet on the ground, you'll never be a mother.
We do it in the daytime by shutting off the lights, sort of thing.
Well, is it more fun to do at night?
Well, what were you referring to?
Well, that depends on what you have up your sleeve.
Well,
You wouldn't know anything about that subject anyway. Doc, let me ask you something else. Do you believe a beautiful girl like Kay belongs in business or in some fortunate man's kitchen? To use a euphemism.
Well, besides in kitchen and other places, but I also think that beautiful women should be
Just what do you mean by that, other places? This is a family show.
What kind of families are we showing this to?
They've more or less fluctuated.
I would love to see your dimensions fluctuate sometime. Like a burlesque show, this place. What makes you think just because a man is 5 inches that this makes him a man?
Well,
You know, it doesn't go by size. A man's size has nothing to do with his ability in any way. I'm trying to keep this on a euphemistic plane. White piece of flesh that isn't something? What does that mean?
well, I really understand.
I've never heard it expressed quite that way.
I really understand.
Doesn't he have any other white flesh besides that? Have you ever been out with a married man?
That's not a very nice question.
I didn't say it was a very nice question. I'm just asking you, that's all. It's just curious, that's all.
But it was an accident.
Well, it was an accident?
Yes.
What do you mean? He had the ring on?
If a man stays on his toes, he can stay single all his life.
If he stays on his toes, yes. But invariably, they wind up on their heels. Could you do it in some pleasant way, like kissing me?
I would come.
You would what? Okay, now I've got TB. Now what happens? I go to Saranac, I suppose. I was going to have my dog fixed, but they said it wasn't practical. Now you can take that out.
Can I say something?
I always like to leave something that they can remove. One week it's going to be me. Will you shut up while
I'm crazy about men, honey. I think you're about the prettiest man I ever seen. I never did look you right square in the eye before. I'm telling the truth. I don't care if they do laugh.
You're going to win a lot of money here tonight. I don't care. You can attack this any way you want. Later, I'll do the same thing to you.
Promise?
She may not know about Johnson being impeached, but she knows many other things. Did you ever meet a fellow named, what was his name, Joe Sexauer? From Alaska?
You're pulling my leg.
Huh?
You're pulling my leg.
No, I'd be glad to. Do you like to fool around the kitchen? Because if you like to fool around, I hope you're not a little premature.
Oh, no.
There's many a husband been hooked by that process, Jackie. I would say a good 50%. When you go out with a man for the first time, what?
Well, you know.
Let's pretend that I walked into your place. And I sat down. What do you do?
I'd say, hi, what would you like?
Because I always smile. This is what I mean about me being different.
You say, what would you like?
Yes.
Well,
And then
if we weren't here in front of this crowd, I have an answer for that. That would get me thrown up.
Now listen here, Gottlieb. Making love to Mrs. Claypool is my racket. What you're after is $200,000. And you better make it sound plausible, because incredible as it may seem, Mrs. Claypool isn't as big a sap as she looks. Love making.
I think the Europeans do it better.
All right, Gottlieb, it's your turn. You take a whack at it. And keep it clean. Nix on the love making, because I saw Mrs. Claypool first. For $1.25, you can get Minnie. How much? $10 a night.
$10?
Will you please get off the bed? What would people say?
They'll probably say you're a very lucky woman. Now, will you please shut up?
No, I will not shut up. And will you kindly get up at once?
All right, I'll go. I'll make you another proposition. Let's go in my room and talk the situation over.
What situation?
Well, what situations have you got?
I most certainly will not go to your room.
Gentlemen, our distinguished guests have asked me to represent them and to act as their interpreter. Now, if you'll all follow me, I'll take you to their cabin. And if they're still in it, very few of us will come out alive. Pardon me, our distinguished guests are having their shredded wheat. They'll be right out.
As chairwoman of the reception committee, I welcome you with open arms.
Is that so? How late do you stay open? How do you like that? I haven't been on the job 5 minutes, and already she's making advances to me.
I want you to meet a very charming lady.
Perhaps sometime we get a chance to dance together, huh?
I could dance with you till the cows come home.
Yeah.
On second thought, I'd rather dance with the cows till you come home.
Huh.
If any man should come between a husband and his bride, we find out which one she prefers by letting her decide. If she prefers the other man, the husband steps outside. We stand him up against the wall and pop goes the weasel.
You don't happen to have her telephone number? Vera slap your face. She did. What'd you say to her? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I want you. When you get through with harped out on mine. If that isn't an insult, I don't know what is. Gloria, I love you. I realize how lonely you are.
Can't we go someplace where we can be by ourselves?
What can this mug offer you? Wealth and family? I can't give you wealth, but we can have a little family of our own.
Oh, Rufus.
This man's conduct is inexcusable.
I must see you at once.
Where are you? Oh. Why not come over here? You can come in the back way. No one will see you.
Long story. I can't tell it to you over the phone.
Oh, it's that kind of a story. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'll be right over.